listeners. It is always a pleasure interacting with you. I hope that you have had a chance to look at the various videos that we have done. But even more, I hope that you will enjoy the topic at hand. I'm Dr. Duncan Elliott Tembo, and I will be discussing with you 3 important terminologies in the management of safety. To be specific, I'll be looking at the difference between incident, accident, and near miss. When it comes to workplace safety management, you will agree with me that these are very common terms. They are used quite oftenly, and I have no doubt that you have probably come across them. Maybe you have been encouraged to report near misses. Maybe you have been part of, an investigation that was looking at a particular incident. Or probably you have heard about an accident. It is common to find these words used interchangeably. But you see, as far as, safety management is concerned, defining these words correctly, using them correctly, is very important. And I'm hoping that we can start from there. Let me start off by defining the word incident. An incident is an unplanned, undesired occurrence that results in some form of harm or loss, or that had potential to result in either harm or loss. That's what we call an incident. Now, if you follow this definition properly, there are important aspects that are coming through. The first one is the fact that something that was not planned. Number 2, something that was not desired. Number 3, has occurred. And this has either resulted in loss or harm, or had potential to result in loss or harm. That's very key. So if you want to know what an incident is, ask yourself this question: has any unplanned, undesired occurrence with potential to result in loss, or has even resulted in loss? If it meets this criteria, that tells you that you had an incident, and there's no need to look further, for as long as it meets these key characteristics: something undesired, something as unplanned, has occurred, and it either resulted in loss, in harm, or even if it didn't, it had potential to result in loss or harm. That's very important. Now, let's move to the word accident. You see, we define the word accident in exactly the same way that we defined incident. Unplanned, undesired occurrence that results in loss or harm. If you paid attention, you will notice that when I was speaking about incident, I said it either results in loss or harm or may have resulted. But in this case, when I'm defining accident, I take away the aspect of may have resulted and I'm saying it actually resulted in loss or harm. So any unplanned, undesired occurrence that has resulted in loss or that has resulted in harm. And please take note, when we say harm, it could be injuries, it could even be fatalities, it could be property damage, anything that falls in that category. And that's what an accident is. A near miss is also defined in exactly the same way. This is an unplanned, undesired occurrence, but in this case, it did not result into harm or loss, but it could have resulted in harm. Okay? So what we are saying is something that you did not plan, something that you did not desire that it should happen, has actually happened, and it could have resulted into harm. So either injury, either fatality. So in other words, you're not far away from harm. You're not far away from injury. You're not far away from, death, so to say. And that's what a near miss is. If you followed our discussion, you will notice that both accident and near miss are a component of incident. So when we say an incident, an incident may either be a near miss or it may be an accident itself. The distinguishing factor is whether harm occurred or loss occurred or it did not occur. That's what distinguishes them. So if harm or loss occurs, then that becomes an accident. If harm or loss almost occurred, that tells you that that is a near miss. And it is important that, these words are used correctly. When it comes to the management of health and safety, obviously, all these needs to be reported. All these needs to be investigated. They need to be investigated so that the immediate, but even more, the basic causes are identified. And measures are put in place to make sure that this does not happen again. But like I mentioned, it is very important that these terms are used in a correct way. Next time that you are asked to participate in reporting near misses, I hope that you now know what near misses are. Next time you are talking about an incident, I hope that you now not just say we had an incident, but you will go further to talk about the nature of an incident based on, the consequences. I hope you have learned something out of this, and I encourage you to look forward to the other videos that we're going to do, and that you will find them interesting. Please like, share these videos, but even more, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.